Welcome to Dads Offsides. This is episode 7. I am Andy.
I'm Tim. Welcome in. A couple sports updates
Tim.
for you.
Yeah,
Right off.
I got that for you. It's exactly what I was just about to get to. Shaking the whole camera. You read my mind. And if you can't tell yet, I haven't got a haircut yet. I really need it. I'm starting to be able to see the hair coming down.
And a little
my
scaggy on the
eyes.
side.
It's either that or it's my eyebrows. I have really thick eyebrows. Anyways, 5 seconds in and we're already off topic. Not uncommon. Anyways, we have a new March Madness NCAA men's basketball national champion, the Michigan Wolverines. So I was going to text you the night that they won and say, hey, you got the state right. You just got the wrong college.
I did.
Because you had Michigan State.
But hey, I had Michigan in the final though.
You did. And if there was going to be any team in the final that wasn't my team that I picked, I probably would have picked UConn. Mm-hmm. Originally, I'm not just saying this because they made it to the national championship game. I was thinking about having them in the final game of the bracket just because I thought they were having a really good season.
Totally.
And I like Dan Hurley, the one college basketball coach I know.
Totally. That's an Andy thing to say. I was gonna pick the national champion. Yeah, I was gonna pick that. I was gonna pick. In fact, I had the whole Final Four. I just didn't put it on the paper. I just, I wasn't sure.
It was up here.
Yeah.
It was
I
up
had
here.
the whole bracket filled out in my head.
Here's a Tim thing to say. Oh, I lost regardless. Boo, boo, boo.
I didn't say that, but I did beat you this year in the picks, which is unlike me. Usually, I think you beat me in March Madness, so it's good to get a win.
Yeah, and I really do like the UConn coach Dan Hurley. You've seen how he gets in the faces of the refs and then talks it off we were just discussing something.
Yeah.
I'm like, why were you this close? Why were you this close?
He headbutted that one referee, and I don't know if he got any he didn't get suspended or anything for that. So I don't know.
It was the game where they beat Duke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end.
Yes, because everybody kept saying what would have happened if he would have been teed up.
Right.
You're allowed to have your best free throw shooter shoot your free throws, and Duke may have actually won that game.
Right.
And I may have had the correct national champion.
But you didn't.
Right. Listen, refs are screwing me even when I'm not in the actual game. So, we also have a new women's national champion, UCLA, an absolute pounding and drudging.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the opponent they played. Who was it?
South Carolina, I think.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely dismantled them. Well-earned national championship for the UCLA women's team. Congratulations to both college teams. We also have the NBA playoffs coming up. They're starting. The play-in tournament starts April 14th. I believe is that next week, right? That's like a Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. The last day of the regular season is Sunday. Then the actual playoffs will begin on April 18th. For those that don't know, the play-in tournament is for kind of like a wild card spot, I would assume, the last chance to get a wild card spot. That's almost sometimes more exciting than the actual playoffs. In my opinion, the NBA playoffs don't really heat up for me until the finals. That's when it's kind of like, all right, we made it to the final game. Let's kick our asses in gear because, the NBA can kind of be like a little laid back, nonchalant. I like to watch the finals series. I don't know about you, but that play-in tournament is definitely fun to watch. Then we have the NHL playoffs coming up. The Caps, I think, are still in contention. They still have a chance. Yep. It's a slim chance, but they do have a chance to try to pick up a wild card spot. As it stands right now, if the playoffs started today, the wild card spots are with the Kings, the Los Angeles Kings, the Boston Bruins, Utah, and Ottawa Senators. Oh, my headphones almost came out. The Ottawa Senators. So I don't know the stipulations on what has to happen if the Caps are able to make it in, but I know they still have a slim chance.
Yeah, and in hockey, it's interesting because there's been plenty of 6, 7, 8 seeds that go all the way. I mean, there's been an 8 seed. That's not what I was doing. But there has been an 8 seed. The lowest seed has won the Stanley Cup before.
Yes, I was just about to say too. Hockey is always interesting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, it usually goes down to the wire in the regular season. You'll have there's a couple division clinchers that'll come through that really dominate the season, but a lot of those wild card spots and even sometimes the last spots in an actual non-wild card spot is fun to watch. So, it's definitely the margin for the space between teams and record-wise is usually a little smaller, which makes things more interesting. So we got that coming up. They start on the 18th as well. So the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs start on the 18th. So it's going to be a big night in sports. Of course, we have the draft coming up April 23rd. That's going to be fun. There's a lot of talk about, obviously, the first overall pick, who everybody thinks is going to be Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback, which makes sense, kind of. I forget who has the overall pick. I feel horrible for not remembering. Is it the Jets? The Raiders. That's right. Oh, that's right, because they just signed Kirk Cousins. Stupid. Captain Kirk off the Falcons. Finally.
Yep.
What's Michael Pittman going to do? Who's going to not throw to him?
You know, I saw something the other day. They were ranking tight ends for the upcoming season, and they literally have.
Please don't tell me Michael Pittman made the list.
No, but Pittman reminds me of Kyle Pitts. They have Kyle Pitts at number 5. I mean, come on, man. I
did say Pittman. I meant Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, jeez. I knew what you meant.
It's been a week.
They've got Pitts ranked as 5. They keep, man, I just don't get it. This guy's been in the league 4 or 5 years, and every year they're like, "Oh, he's going to be number 1. He's going to be number 1." And he goes out there, and it's mediocre at best. Now, last year he had a decent year. Finally, it wasn't a great year, but it was decent. And people just keep throwing picks at him, you know, like in fantasy. And there's no way I'm taking him anywhere near the first, you know, anywhere in the 8 rounds. Now, if he falls like 10th, 11th round, and I don't have a tight end, which isn't going to happen, I might dangle out there and get him. No, not a fan.
Now, for everybody listening that might not be a giant fan of football, in Tim's eyes, the tight end is only of value in fantasy football. The tight end does far more in regular football. So while Kyle Pitts may not be the ideal fantasy tight end, he's obviously doing something right with the Falcons.
Blocking.
I mean, their run game is strong. Yeah. So,
but what I'm saying is,
I'm just giving him credit. What I was saying is, in case he's listening,
he was ranked 5th on a fantasy list.
Yeah,
which
I heard.
I think is a tad high. They keep doing that. I don't understand. I mean, fantasy-wise, tight end is the most shallow position out there. Like you got your
and a lot of people reach for them when you have like players like Travis Kelce, George Kittle. Help me out here. I'm thinking Jimmy Graham, like back in the day, like players like that.
Dude, what?
Oh, dude, I loved Jimmy Graham.
This, 2009?
Jimmy Graham was my boy.
No.
I wish.
Trey McBride.
Sometimes I wish.
Trey McBride's the guy. Trey McBride, I took him as my second-round pick last year. I knew I wasn't going to get a top receiver, but you don't need a top receiver when you get tight end 1.
Dude, Trey McBride may be scary this year. They're going to have Brissett at quarterback, the starting position. Obviously, Kyler Murray going. I think their backup is Gardner Minshew, if I'm not right. Okay. If I'm not wrong.
I like Gardner.
Yeah. And while Brissett may not be that flashy guy, he's not Patrick Mahomes, he's not Tom Brady, he's not Peyton Manning, but dude can throw. He's got an arm. So hey, all Trey McBride's got to do is jump up and catch it. What is he, like 6'15", something like that?
Also, the Cardinals have an awful defense, so they're going to be behind in a lot of games. They're going to have to throw the ball.
Offense.
In fact, go ahead and put me down as Trey McBride as my keeper.
For real?
Lock it in, 2nd round.
Well, I don't have a pen, so you have to text it to me later.
Okay.
Speaking of that, I need to reach out to see who's interested in playing in that this year again. Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Anyways, the draft's coming up. First overall pick, probably kind of a lock. Yeah. A lot of talk around Jeremiah Love. I don't know if you've heard about rumors of him going to the Titans. Is apparently a big rumor right now, which would be good for the Titans. Would it be good for Jeremiah Love? I don't know. Hard to tell. I mean, in hindsight, if you're looking at previous years and the Titans' success, no. But what if he could be the game changer? You know what I mean? I was kind of hoping he would fly more under the radar. I knew he would become more popular as the draft came up because my team, the Washington Commanders, our running game has been a little suspect over the past couple of years. We've had bright flashes here and there. We've had down moments as well. And I was kind of hoping he would fall a little bit maybe into further rounds and they would scoop him up. But he's going first round, probably top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude's a beast.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to get him. I mean, you could trade. I mean, your team might be into some trades. I don't know.
We need defensive help bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure most of this draft is probably going to be defense, probably wide receiver. They made some moves in free agency. Nothing gigantic though, so we'll have to see. That I love the draft because then you're kind of reminded of what everybody did in free agency because you kind of forget over the weeks unless you listen to like sports analysts and NFL experts like every single day. You probably won't remember who all did what.
No.
So it's kind of like a refresher, and you're like, oh crap, that's right. He's not like when the first overall pick comes in, they're like, oh, what is he going to do? What are the Raiders going to do? What's Tom Brady's move? Right. And then they're like, remember, they signed Kirk Cousins to a deal. I'm like, you'll be like, oh, yeah, crap. That's right. Kirk is a Raider now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to pick Mendoza, though. I think
that'd be stupid.
Kirk Cousins he's old now. He's just there to fill in the gap, which I think is probably good. But I like the draft just because it reminds me that, hey, we're moving closer to the season, at least a little bit closer, because I'm already done with the NBA and baseball. Baseball, we're only 10 games in. I'm 12 games in. I'm ready for football.
But the good thing about baseball is there's a lot of season left.
Yeah.
So if your team's sucking currently, there is a chance.
Yeah.
Usually they say I think they say a All-Star break, a little bit after the All-Star break is when you can kind of start to judge, all right, are we going to be able to make this push? Is my team going to be able to last, or is my team going to be able to make it? And then that's when you can kind of wave the white flag, which we're used to.
I mean, our team's 500 right now. I think we're 6-6. I mean, we're in it. We're good. We have a lot of injuries.
It could be worse.
We got a lot of injuries going on, though. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean,
better to happen now than later.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so we were talking a little bit about quarterbacks. I want to do this top 10 list real quick with you before we get into the game time today. Worst quarterback situations in the NFL currently.
How many's on this list? Because there's a lot of them.
10.
All right.
The top 10. The top 10. So I'm going to give you, how about this? I'll give you the teams, and you rank where you think the teams are, and then I'll let you know how close you are on each one.
Worst situation being number one?
Yeah, worst situation would be number one, yes. Well, I don't know. So I got this ranking off of a sports website. I can't remember the name of it, but they didn't specify whether because the number 10 spot and the number 1 spot, I would say are pretty much in the same boat, but they have them as separate ends. Let's just say 10 is the least worst situation, and the 1 is like red flag. Oh crap, we're doomed situation. Because I don't agree with some of these, but we'll go on them, and then maybe you'll be more correct than they were. All right, so I'm going to give you the teams, and then you tell me where you think each team ranks. We'll go one by one. Deal?
Do it.
And then it's like you give me your ranking, and then I'll tell you where it actually is. All right, so let's go with the Vikings first.
Yeah. Is that J.J. McCarthy coming back?
J.J. McCarthy is set to come back. I think he's battling through an injury currently, or he had an injury at the end of the season. I can't remember. But you got to remember, they also just signed Kyler Murray, too, who's also injury prone, but he's kind of like that flash in the pan guy. Yeah.
I feel like this is middle of the road. I mean, if we're talking about top 10, I mean, I don't think it's the worst situation. I don't. This is not one of the worst situations. Is it top 10? Maybe. Number 8.
8? They're actually ranked at number 6.
Okay.
So that one's pretty accurate. Next, we're gonna go with this team and one of your favorite guys. It's the Colts.
Oh, Danny Dimes, dude. Why are the Colts on this list? Wait,
they're on this list.
Tell me what the list is again. Bad quarterback situations.
Worst quarterback situations in the NFL. Now, this isn't necessarily just saying that the quarterback is bad.
I understand.
It's saying the whole situation.
They should not be on it.
They're
not on the 10
Let's
list.
Hear where you
10.
Let's hear where you have
10.
10? No, they're not at number 10. They're actually at number 8.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't even think they should be on this list.
Well, the reasoning why, Danny Dimes still kind of unproven. He had a really hot start,
that's fine.
Fell off the end of the season, and you got to remember he's got a awesome running back in Jonathan Taylor, but they're also stating he just got paid in free agency big time. So paying somebody who's still kind of on the unproven scale is kind of risky. So it's kind of is he a fluke or is he the real deal type situation.
I get all that.
Same thing it was in New York. It's the same situation in New York. It's just now it's in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, I get all that. But there's 32 teams in the league. And you're going to tell me that that's the 8th worst? No way.
Yeah, I would have put him at 10 or 9 probably too. All right, let's go with the next team here. So this one I do not agree with. The Titans.
Okay, see, now here's a good example of one that should be on the list. Okay, Danny Dimes and the Colts should not be on this list. Top 10 worst situation? No. The Titans? Yeah,
Okay.
the Titans. Put the Titans on there. They're on there firm. Number 4.
Number 4. They put the Titans at number 10.
Yeah, this list is losing credibility real quick. I'm just telling you.
I think the reasoning behind that is they're hoping to build around Cam Ward. I think the Titans think he has the skill set to be successful, and the reason maybe he wasn't successful, yeah, it might be skills. Who knows? We don't really know. We didn't really get to see much because the Titans were just bad all around.
That's fine. Like, all of that's really good.
Football's a team game, man.
Right. That's where I'm going. Like, that's a real nice thought about Cam Ward. However, if you can't block
I would
for
have put
him,
them at number 3.
if you can't block for him, he's not going to be successful. If you don't have weapons for him, he's not going to be successful.
Agreed.
I mean, there's a lot of other factors here. Like, I don't know. All right, what else we got?
Let's go with the other team that's kind of controversial on this list, the Browns.
Well, who are they naming their starter?
That's the question. I think that's the reason this situation is not of good stature.
Okay,
so
then I got to put them top 3 because if they're even considering starting Shadur Sanders, they should be number 1 on this list. He's not a starter. I don't even think he should be a backup. I don't understand that situation.
I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. They're actually number 3 on this list. I probably would have put this team at number 1 just because there's so much uncertainty at that position.
Yeah.
Because you have Gabriel, Sanders, and now they're throwing Deshaun Watson back into the mix as a possible starter. And a lot of like the NFL experts and analysts and stuff are saying he's most likely going to get the starting job, which skill level wise, he probably is the pick.
Right.
But as an overall player, honestly, I wouldn't pick any 3 of them. I would probably just go out there myself and try to throw a couple touchdowns here.
I mean, we're both available.
We're
both available. They can call us. I'll take the.
I don't think I passed the physical.
I'll take the league minimum.
All right, let's go with let's see. Let's go with the Texans. They're on this list.
I don't understand. Okay, wherever you got
I'll give you reasoning. I'll give you reasoning behind it. Just make your pick.
This list.
Quit being so opinionative.
Please let me know where you got this list later because I want to make sure to not follow this news organization.
I will.
10,
Go ahead.
9.
They're at 9.
Okay.
Yeah. The reasoning there at 9 is because I think Stroud had such a great rookie season. You could probably even say one of the best in NFL history, right?
Maybe. Okay.
Dude was on fire his rookie campaign.
Yeah.
Then he kind of just straight up fell off. Now, the Texans defense carries a lot of that team. At least this past year they did, and they've worked on building that. They haven't really focused offensively too much. I think a lot of people are probably thinking I don't know how many draft picks they have or if they've traded any away, but they'll probably work on that in the draft. I can't remember the free agency moves they made. I know they didn't do a lot, but I mean, they don't really need to. Because, I mean, CJ Stroud, even though he had I don't even think you could call it a crap season this past year, but he had some injuries to deal with.
I think he was a game manager.
Dude, yeah, exactly. And that's not a horrible thing. Look at Trent Dilfer on the Ravens. Dude won a Super Bowl.
Game manager.
I wouldn't even rank him a top 50 in quarterback.
No, he wasn't, but he was a game manager. The reason why Trent Dilfer was successful is he understood the team that he was on. He understood that if he didn't turn the ball over, his defense would win the game 9 times out of 10. Now, with that being said, CJ Stroud, kind of similar, but last year in the playoffs, what did he do? He turned the ball over, and then he turned the ball over some more, and then when he was done, he turned it over again. Like, you can't do that. I think he committed 5 turnovers in one game, or was it 6? You can't. That's obviously you can't do that.
He's also going to be due some money here soon, so the Texans will kind of be faced with a situation: do we keep him? Do we trade him? What do we do?
I mean, I like all this. I think that those are all good reasoning, but they're not top 10 bad situations. I mean, tell me the Jets are on this list.
Yes, they are on this list. Let's do them next. Go ahead.
The Jets should be top 3, right?
Well, you've already picked a third spot. I mean, you weren't right.
Okay, then they're top 2. No,
1 or 2.
1.
Yeah, they're top 2. Yeah, they are.
Okay,
number 1.
So that I feel good about that. What about the Saints? Are the Saints on this list?
The Saints are not on this list. I don't know. I didn't make the list.
Is this list printed out? Do you have this on paper?
Yes. Listen
Do
to
me a
this. They
favor.
put the Cardinals at number 2.
Do me a favor. Can I see the list real quick?
I mean, it's
hold it
just
up.
written down
Perfect.
on
It's
paper and notes.
I want you to crumple that up. Crumple it. Toss it towards your trash can.
Hold on, I got
Crumple
more teams.
it.
I got more.
We're done. I'm
I
done
got
with this
more
list.
teams.
Dude, I'm done with this list.
We didn't even hit the Dolphins yet.
Everybody knows the Dolphins are bad. They belong on that list all day. All
right.
day.
The Dolphins
2.
are on this list. The Steelers, Dolphins are at number 5 on this list. The Steelers are at number 4. The Cardinals are at number 2.
Okay.
And the Falcons are at number 7.
Yeah, the Falcons. That's a good one. Okay, that's all right. I got you.
So that's a fun list. I didn't agree with a couple of those, yes, just like you, but yeah, something to think about.
Yeah,
I agree. The Saints should probably be on that list, for sure.
Yeah.
Who's their backup besides Tyler Shuck? I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, the Saints should be on that list over the Texans, and the Saints should be on that list over the Vikings as well.
But like I said, I think the reason the Texans are on that list is just because C.J. Stroud fell off so drastically. He's going to be coming up, getting paid here soon within the next few years, which isn't long in the NFL. As for the Saints, Shuck didn't have a horrible season. He looked decent at times, and he was a rookie. I think that's probably the reason they're not considering that situation as a bad situation.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this is before the season even starts, so who knows what's going to happen when the season kicks off. So
yeah, I got you. All right.
All right.
All right. Next segment.
Cool.
We're moving into game time. All right. Current standings. I am in the lead.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared for this game today because I don't do well in pressure situations.
Today's game we're calling Gone in 60 Seconds. Not the movie.
Is Nicolas Cage in
He's
this?
not.
Oh,
That's a good movie though. All right.
you know, Nicolas. I'm gonna say one thing, and we can talk about it later if you want. I don't care if we do or we don't, but I need to say this: Nicolas Cage is the only actor I will sit through a bad movie to watch.
Okay. I mean, I get that.
I love the movies, or I love Nicolas Cage, but sometimes the movies are so bad, or it's the opposite. Nicolas Cage is just so bad in the movie, it makes it great.
I don't know, man. I
Right?
mean, most of the movies I can think of him in, they were really good. Like Con
Yeah.
Air and The Rock and National Treasure. These are all really good movies, I think.
Oh, National Treasure and National Treasure 2 are they're two of my favorite movies.
I know.
Con Air, Casey loves Con Air. But when I say bad, I don't mean he's a bad actor. I mean like the character he plays, like in Con Air.
Yeah.
Like that character's goofy as hell. Like
Yeah.
like this
Hey,
it's like a dumber Forrest
For
Gump.
a point. We don't okay, look, we don't usually do this, but I feel confident. For a point, only you can get the point. If you get it wrong, I don't get a point. What was this character's name in Con Air? First and last name.
Hold on.
3 seconds.
Oh god. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Time is up.
I can't remember.
Cameron Poe.
I know Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Johnny 13.
Yeah.
I know all the criminals, and I know all the criminals' names.
You would. And then Face Off. He was in Face Off. Great movie. With John Travolta.
Well, what's funny is I just called him a dumber Forrest Gump, and Bubba from Forrest Gump, I don't know the actor's real name, is in Con Air with Nicolas Cage.
Is he?
Yeah, he plays his friend that needs the diabetes shot on the plane. You just don't recognize him because he doesn't have the Bubba lip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's him. Go back and watch it. I forget his name. I wish I remembered his name. I don't know.
Boil them, broil them, fry them,
Shrimp salad, shrimp gumbo.
shrimp stew.
I just watched that on TV the other night. It's like one of those movies that's on and you're like, oh, I'll come back to it if there's nothing else
Forrest
on.
Gump.
But you just get sucked back into it.
Forrest Gump is a classic.
It's a good movie. It's long though. It's so long.
Yeah.
I love the part where he wins the national championship, he makes an All-American team with Alabama, and he goes to see the president, and he's like, I have to pay, or I got shot in the buttocks. I'd love to see that. He pulls his pants down.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, on to game time. All right. Sorry.
Gone in 60 seconds. So we're going to have a category. Today's category is breakfast foods. We're going to bid back and forth to see how many breakfast foods we can name in 60 seconds. If you get to the number that you bid for, you win. And if you don't, the other person wins and the other person gets the point. So I'll start us off, and I'll say I.
And we've made it clear it's the type of breakfast food. For instance, we can't say all different names of cereals. cereal is just the option. We can't say cinnamon oatmeal. What other apple cinnamon oatmeal? Like that's not allowed. Okay.
So I'll start us off and say I can name 6 breakfast foods in 60 seconds.
We're starting low.
Now you can say any number, or you can say cap. If you say cap, that means I got to do my number.
Okay. I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna double it. 12.
I can do 14.
I bid 12.
I can do 14.
18.
I can do 19. Damn it. All right,
you might have put yourself back in the corner, buddy.
You roped me into that. All right, I feel like I can do 19.
All right, I'll keep.
You can do 19.
I'll keep the timer. All right, hold on. Let me get the timer set up here.
Tell me when I can go.
I honestly thought I was going to be the one having to do it, and you were going to be the timer. Because what did we say, 60 seconds?
60 seconds, I got to get 19.
Almost put you for 60 minutes.
I think this might be low. I think I'm okay.
Okay, we'll see. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Pancakes, waffles, crepes. That's right. Cereal, cinnamon rolls, bacon, sausage, eggs, grapple, Canadian bacon, that's ham.
Here, 10.
I know, I'm counting. Got my hands. Mixed fruit. Can I get grapefruit? Like cut in half? Yes.
No. Mixed fruit falls into that category.
What's my time? Time check.
25 seconds. 25 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
25.
All right, so
You can speed it up here a little bit. You said eggs.
No, it's different. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna make it anyway. Oatmeal, grits, porridge, steak and eggs. Steak.
No.
Yes, it is. That is a breakfast food. Bagel, English muffin.
Time's up. Time's
dude,
up.
I got the 18.
Eggs. Steak and eggs.
Steak and egg, dude. Steak is the answer, but it's obviously a breakfast food.
Point for me. Let's do 3 rounds. This is fun. Want to do 3 more rounds or one more round? We should do 3 to make it even. Like give a chance. All right. So let's pick another category. Let's do. Let me see. Now we got to think of a category because we did not plan for this.
Candy bars.
Yeah. Okay.
But to clarify, candy bars. Chocolate candy bars. So you can't say
what other kind of candy bar is there?
So you can't say Skittles, or whatever.
Oh, that's not a candy bar. That's a candy.
That's fine, but let's not get too crazy on the word bar. Okay, because
what would you not consider a candy bar? I just want to know because I can't think of anything that's not chocolate that's not a candy bar.
All right, you're going to be real technical about this, so let's just move away from this one. Let's do soda.
No, let's do candy bars. I'm okay with candy bars. What are you have to be thinking of something in order to not like that can't be included or should be included. What are you thinking of?
There's certain chocolate that you would go get at the convenience store. It's not in a bar form, but it's still chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Does that count?
Like the Kinder eggs?
Sure.
Like that? Sure. I mean, yeah, you can count that if you know
what?
That's fine.
Let's just make this easy. All candy. All candy is the category. However, if you go M&Ms, you get M&Ms. You can't say
peanut M&Ms. Can't say peanut butter M&Ms.
So you get one version.
Gotcha. Deal.
You get one
Same with Skittles,
dude. You get one version of the candy. The category is candy. I'll start the bid at 8 in a minute.
Why do you get to start the bid? Fine.
It's the lowest.
8. I'm confident in this. 15.
16.
20.
21.
22. I was on The Price is Right twice.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
You were a contestant on The Price is Right?
No, but I sat right next to contestant row.
Then you can't say you were on The Price is Right.
I was right there shouting $1, Bob.
What would you win?
All right, what
did you win? A new curio cabinet?
An awesome experience.
All right, what did you say, 22?
What are we at? 22. Yeah.
All right, this is all.
22.
This is candy. This is all candy.
All candies. All candies.
23.
All right. 25.
All right, cap.
Oh, shit. All right. I got to do 25. Okay. Can you keep count?
Yeah, you ready?
I don't. Probably not. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hershey's bar, 100 Grand, Milky Way, Snickers bar, Three Musketeers, Skittles, M's, Jolly Ranchers, Twizzlers, Reese's peanut butter cups, Sour Patch Kids, Mike and Ike's, Jelly Bellies. Is that a thing?
Yep.
Gumdrops. Is that a thing?
Sure. 30 seconds.
Or dots. That's what they're called. Smarties, Heath bar, Kit Kat bar. What am I at?
17.
Oh my God. Milky Way. Did I say Hershey bar? I said Hershey bar. Hershey's Kiss. I said Jolly Ranchers, the hard candy Jolly Rancher gummies.
Okay, time's up. You had 20.
Hey, 20's not bad.
20's not bad. It's not 25 though.
So what's
Actually, I'm going to give you
the
21
one?
because you said gumdrop and then you said dots. Those are two
Are they
different
the
candies.
same thing? Milk Duds. was one.
Whatchamacallit, Almond Joy, Mounds,
Whatchamacallit,
Gummy
Almond
Bears,
Joy.
Gummy
Oh,
Worms, Gummy
Oh,
Sharks,
gummy bears. All right, Bubba.
Gummy Frog. Ooh, Gummy Coke bottles. Do you remember Gummy Coke bottles?
We know what Tim's doing once we're off here. Going to the convenience store and loading up on some candy.
On the dollar.
Did the Easter Bunny bring you
On
anything?
the dollar store, hitting that candy aisle. All right, 1-1 for the game today. All right, tiebreaker for today. An extra point, so we're giving out 3 points today.
Okay.
Do we want to go?
I'm happy with my performance, even though I didn't win.
Both of us kind of overshot what we thought we could do.
We did. I don't expect any less. We overshoot everything. Let's do. Well, we can do sodas. You said soda earlier.
Yeah, and the diet version of
Now, yep, we can do diet version. Now, are we going to do like the store brand versions?
it. No
Okay.
Mountain Lightning
So-
or Dr. Bob.
So you can't say Coke and then say RC Cola. Same thing.
Let's go. Okay, so no, I think soda's going to be a tough one, dude.
Okay.
Soda's going to be a
What
tough
do
one because you got a diet of everything, and then you go Mountain Dew, and then
wanna do?
Mountain Dew's got like 50 varieties.
Types of alcohol or alcoholic drinks, beer. I'm gonna massively
How about
fail on
this?
that. 'Cause I haven't drank in so long.
Big Four sports teams with green in their
Big Four. What do you mean Big
Big
Four?
Four sports: NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA,
Oh.
and hockey.
Okay. So professional, big professional. Okay. That have green in
Yeah,
them.
or another color.
Okay. That's fine. We can
Or
do
have
green.
animal
That's
in
fine.
their name.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
down with that.
animals in their name. Big Four sports teams.
Almost every team.
And you
All right.
can double up if you name the entire
Same-
thing. So if it's like, I don't know, I can't think of an example, but if there's like tigers and tigers, you have to name the city too.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Like we'd say like Detroit Lions, and then there's a St. Louis Lions.
Yeah, which there's not. But okay.
There's not, right? Okay. I'm just giving an example.
The Giants are a good one. So the New York Giants and the San Francisco Giants.
There you go. Okay.
All right, with animals in their name. Okay. You want to start the bid?
Are you starting the? Sure. I'll start the bid. 10.
No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. I can do 12.
Okay. I'll go 13.
Oh, now we're being a little cautious, I see.
Yeah, I'm
what,
being cautious.
I'll tell you what. Give me 15.
Cap.
All right, I can do 15. Let's go.
All right. Are you ready? Hold on.
Yep.
Ready, set, go.
The Bengals, the Browns, the Eagles, the Falcons.
Oh, whoa. The Browns are not
Yes,
in.
they
Oh,
are.
yeah, dog. Yeah, you're good.
Falcons.
The Eagles. You're 4.
Tack on more seconds because you threw me off. Seahawks, Eagles, Cardinals, Bears, Lions, the Devil Rays, the Orioles,
I'm just gonna stop
the
counting.
Arizona Cardinals,
You're
and the
gonna
St.
get it.
Louis Cardinals.
Keep going.
Where am I at?
I stopped counting because I'm pretty sure you're
The
gonna get
Broncos.
it. This is stupid.
The Dolphins.
You tricked me. You
Dude,
win.
you didn't-
That you pretty sure you.
Yeah,
named.
that's 15.
You've
Dude,
named
you
15.
didn't
Yeah.
bid.
I know. Well, I'm sitting here thinking, and I can't think of anything. I told you I don't do well under pressure situations like this. The pressure situations that I know are about to happen. Now, if it's a pressure situation that just randomly comes up, that's a different story. I handle that like a champ.
All right, updated
All right.
scoreboard after today.
At least I got a point out of this. Do we have a deadline of points? Does it reset at any time? Just do for yearly. How
the
about
end
that?
of the year,
All right, cool. What is it, 7-4? Is that what you just showed?
7-4.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
All right, so what do we got? We're almost halfway through April. Summer break's going to be coming up soon for kids.
Oh yeah, summer break is happening soon.
Yep.
Yeah. My kids are super excited for summer break. Is you're still in school, right?
Yeah, but last year, so
Oh my
the
god.
big summer break.
Dude. That makes me feel so old. God, we've known each other
How do you
that
think I
long.
feel?
Jeez. True. Yeah, so what's one thing that you're looking forward to with summer break, even though we're not in school? Is there something you looked forward to as a kid?
So back in the day, I mean, playing outside, just being outside all the time. Remember freeze pops? Freeze pops.
Yes, they still exist.
Pool, that little plastic.
Oh,
But no, not
they all
like
still
a pool.
exist.
Like no, not a pool, but like
I know
those
what you mean.
old plastic pools
Yes.
that you would just drag in your backyard
Yes.
and fill up with the hose.
I have one still. Yeah, the kids love it. Like the kind of pools you pull out for like dogs to jump around
Yeah.
in. Yeah, like those real tough plastic
Yep.
ones. Yeah, yeah, we have one. We don't really use it ever. I don't know why we have it, to be honest. But there was always the little things that you didn't realize as a kid that you loved until you're an actual adult,
Mhm.
like those things. Because as a kid, you always look forward to like the vacations, the big like trips. Like my family we would always go to Myrtle Beach every year. That was kind of like the highlight of the summer.
Mhm.
When I was a smaller kid, like elementary school, I was always going camping trips with my grandparents. We would go and they had a trailer and we would travel out and do all that. And that was fun. I was always look forward to that. I always got to bring like a friend along and that was fun. But then like it's those little things, man. Like you said, like having a freeze pop and it's like 8:30 at night and the sun's still up, dude.
Yep.
That's where it's at. That's where it's
Yep.
at. My kids are in the summertime. My kids are always like, "Why are we going to bed? The sun's still shining." I said, "Well, it's 8:30 and you're supposed to be in bed by 8, so that's why you're
Yeah.
going to bed." But yeah, I was always a big fan of the remember the slip and slide
Mhm.
or it was
Yep.
it was something Crocodile
Crocodile
Mile.
Mile,
That's what it
yep.
was called. Yes, the Crocodile
Dude, what a
Mile.
gimmick.
Dude, loved that
That was
thing.
such a gimmick, but it was cool though. It was cool.
The dumbest water slide you could probably ever think of. Like I could probably make that today, but that thing was
So
massively popular.
so I brought something. I brought something today.
Okay.
It's kind of like show and tell, but it's not. Okay, hold up.
I didn't bring anything.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, I brought something.
No, dude. This is late 80s, early 90s summer break. Remember this?
Oh man, those footballs were the best,
Dude.
especially when they got waterlogged.
This is the Nerf Turbo from like, right
Yes.
here, 1989.
Dude, they don't
Parker
make them like
Brothers.
that anymore.
Dude, back in the day, I could throw this over them mountains. I could throw this a quarter mile.
All right, Uncle Rico.
Easily. Dude, easily. The grooves add an extra eighth of a mile.
Just call me Tom Brady.
Anyway, dude,
Throw it. Yeah, man, those footballs were the bomb. Dude, I used to have this baseball bat. It's just from sports stuff reminded me of it. It was called the Liquidator. And it was a Nerf baseball bat, and it had like green liquid in it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, but I was always afraid to use it. I was afraid I would break it
Yeah.
open.
So I had a bat that was, so it was like hard plastic, but inside it had something sounded like a disc that when you swung the bat, the disc would go from like the base of the bat up to the head of the bat and make like a hammer sound. So you would swing and it would make
Oh.
like this hammer sound when you hit the ball. It was pretty cool.
So you didn't have to make contact for it to make noise.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I remember we played wiffle ball and did you ever put like tape?
Good.
Did you ever put electrical tape on
Yes.
your wiffle ball?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude, those skinny ass bats, they're like this big
Yeah,
around.
you got to get the bigger bat. You got to get the one I was talking about.
Yeah, we used to
Yeah.
have I used to play with there's just one stick. Like you could basically got a
Mm-hmm.
tree limb and probably played with that and had better chances. But no, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Sports were always fun in the summer too, because I played baseball growing
Mm-hmm.
up. So we'd always have like the summer baseball leagues, or if you made the all-star teams, like that was a big part of the summer when I played Little League. That was always fun. And usually we were pretty good. The few times I made the all-star team, we got to do like traveling and stuff, so that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do they make now? They don't even make the footballs like that anymore. They make the ones with tails on them and they whistle.
Yeah, I think I had one of those, but they
The
were
vortex.
they were a
Yeah.
little after my time. The other toy, so this is like top two. My other one, I actually have one. I didn't bring it for the stream. Super Soakers.
Okay. Oh yeah, my girls still have water guns. Like dude. In fact, Bray had birthday money last year, and we took her to Target, and we were like, okay, you can pick what you want. Here's how much money you have. Pick whatever you want. Let me know what it is, and we'll keep tally of it. She picked this, dude. It's this Gatling gun looking Super Soak, like Nerf
She
Super
probably
Soaker.
can't
Dude,
even
it's the
hold it.
coolest thing
Can
ever.
she even hold it up with water in it?
She can. Oh, she can. She chases Hadley around with it.
Nice.
They love it though. It's even got a tripod to stand it on. So it's like a sentry gun from Call of Duty, but you can take off
Yeah.
the stand
Yeah.
and like carry it around and like Gatling gun shoot it. Like, dude, it's the
Yeah.
coolest thing ever. And it sounds like because it even makes like the shoo, 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 and it's like yeah, it's pretty cool.
I saw
But
that
she got that, and I
they
was proud dad moment right there for sure.
Super Soaker re-released like the original. Like you can go get a Super Soaker, I think, right now that looks like that original one, like that green and yellow.
Yep. That's what I was about to say. The green and yellow,
Yeah.
and had the tank was like perfectly oval.
Yep.
Yeah, dude,
I have that.
Dude, those were awesome.
I have that. I didn't bring it.
Those were awesome. I don't think this was back that far, but do you remember the frisbees? They still make them, I think. They were the rings though, like the frisbee rings. It wasn't a full frisbee. I loved those stupid things. They made me look like a professional frisbee thrower, like because for some reason I could throw them really well, and I used to play. I used to get those stuck on my roof every summer. They would get stuck up there.
And then you're out there like throwing stuff up in the tree, trying to get it down.
Yep.
And then that thing gets stuck, the thing that you're trying to get it out with, then that gets stuck. And then you're like, screw it. A storm will get it down or whatever. Who cares? Doesn't even matter at this point. I don't even care. Can't even do it. Done.
10 years later, you're graduating high school and it's still in the tree.
The ball that's stuck up there is all dry rot. Yeah.
I used to throw, whether it was a football, basketball, soccer ball, baseball, tennis ball, I used to throw them up on the roof.
Yeah.
And then I would stand to where I couldn't see it, and I would try to judge where it was coming down and try to catch it.
Yep.
That was what you did when you didn't have any, like, all your friends were busy, and you just entertained yourselves. Man, I feel like if I told my kids to go out and do that today, they would look at me like I had 5 heads.
Yeah.
Maybe not at this age, but like that, the age I was when I did that, like 10 years old, maybe 11, I don't know. Like, I feel like a kid that age now, like my nephews are that old, they would probably look at me like, bro, and that's what they would say.
So when my son was this was a while ago because he's getting ready to graduate high school, but like 10-ish years ago, we were talking about just toys or whatever. I don't remember what the conversation was. It was about toys and what I played with when I was a kid, and I was telling him about, like, He-Man figures and G.I. Joe and that kind of stuff. And with a straight face, okay, he was like 6 or 7 years old, right? With a straight face, he goes, "Were they made out of wood?" As to insinuate that I was like super old and this was like a crazy long time ago. Yeah, were they made out of wood? And I'm like, no, they weren't. Crazy. And then of course,
speaking of getting older, happy birthday, belated birthday.
Thank you. You as well.
Thanks. Me and Tim share back-to-back birthdays, unfortunately.
So I think even after that conversation, I showed him like He-Man figures or whatever, and he was so confused. He was like, "What did you do with them?" And I'm like, use our imagination. Dude. Like, we didn't have, like, everything's not a phone. Everything's not a tablet. Like, we were outside all the time.
It's crazy. Do you remember the speak and spells?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like if you showed a kid a speak and spell today, they would not know how to react. No. That was like the top of technology at one point. Do you remember the portable CD players, and you had to push the no skip button in order for you to be able to walk with it?
Yeah.
Or the let's go back further. The Walkman. We used to take a Walkman to Myrtle Beach when we went, me and my sister, and we would get the dual headphone. You had to specifically buy the dual headphone jack because it didn't have two spots.
Oh, you had to share it?
We had to share it.
Nope.
Yeah.
No good, dude.
We had tapes, cassette tapes. Do you remember when cassette tapes, even CDs, used to go into cars? They don't even do that anymore. I don't think they make them that way anymore.
Oh yeah, my first car had a cassette player. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so did mine. Yeah. Oh yeah, mine did. Yeah. I used to have the cassette tape with the wire on the end, and you could plug it into the portable CD player and put a CD in and play it off the tape. Dude, that was,
man, we've come along.
That was genius.
Come a long way. I don't know. Like my car now doesn't even have a CD slot. Like I can't even play CDs. Mine. Nope. I still have them.
Nope.
Still got them in that big binder with all the pages.
Yep, we do too. Down in all the crap in the basement that needs to be sorted through. You get in your car now, and just connects to your phone. And mine automatically starts playing music because I just have it's what I have it on, or whatever podcast I was listening to.
Yep.
Dad's Offsides.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, it's definitely a different time, but there's cool things now too. So, my kids still love going outside. They will choose going outside over electronics 9 times out of 10.
Good.
They're also a lot younger than the age where I think kids kind of start relying on electronics. Now, granted, they have like a kid's tablet, My oldest Bray, she has a Switch 2, so we play that occasionally. Though she gets grounded from that more often than she plays it, but because she's got a smart mouth. But yeah, so I mean, they like to use electronics and they like to play, like, you know how they have the filters you can change on the tablets and stuff now. They'll do that stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't. I mean, my youngest is 3 and she'll look at it. She gets bored after an hour. So then she goes off and plays. And I kind of hope it stays that way. I know it probably won't. Especially with technology and then how it's advancing at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
Speaking of technology, we should have done like a genre of video games.
Like naming for the game?
Yeah, like first person shooters or like puzzle games, like
We can do
Tetris.
Did you have NES or are you too young for that?
I did not. I was a Sega kid. Yeah, I was a Sega kid. I played Nintendo. I played Super Nintendo and Nintendo occasionally. Like some friends had it. The babysitter I went to, like after school program, her sons had one, and we used to like play it occasionally. So I'm familiar with it. Yeah, yeah. But I never had an NES. I didn't have the N64. Was a thing I always wanted and never had
I didn't
it.
have that either.
I had a Sega Genesis. I went from Sega Genesis to PlayStation. Had the original PlayStation. Then I had a PlayStation 2, had a PlayStation 3. Then I don't remember. I don't think I had a PlayStation 4. I don't remember. I think I changed to Xbox because all my friends played on Xbox. So I got the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
The old red ring of death. Then I had Xbox. What came after the 360?
Xbox One.
Xbox One. Did I have a 1? I think I had a 1. I think I may have had a PS4 at one point. No, I had a PS4 because I sold it to you, didn't I?
For my son, yeah.
Didn't I end up selling? Yeah, I sold that to you because he likes to play the haven't had a PS5. Right now I have a Series X.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I have. I never went the PlayStation route. I went the Xbox route. So I had the original Xbox, but I had a big gap in between systems. Like I had NES and then Super Nintendo, and then nothing from Super Nintendo until Xbox. I skipped that whole.
That is a big gap. That's a big gap.
Well, yeah, because I was like, I think I was in high school and like I was involved with other stuff and trying to get grades, and then going to college and.
Yeah, and did your friends play online a lot? Like that was my thing. Like my friends played online constantly, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
That's why I got back into it. That's why I got the original Xbox, because I thought that was so cool to play like with other people. And I remember at first I didn't I don't remember what the reason was, but I didn't have internet. So I hijacked my neighbor's internet because I lived in a townhouse and their internet was unlocked. I just used theirs. It was great.
Dude, I used to have it set up to where I had to use the Ethernet cable. That's how far back.
Hey, you're not going to get dropped that way. I mean,
you're not. No, yeah, you're not. Yeah. I'm excited to see what they come out with. I don't think they're set to come out with a new system for a couple years. I think because these ones are still fairly new. No, but the reason I went PlayStation is because I liked some of the games that are like PlayStation specific. Yeah. So that's kind of why I started there, but that's kind of why I did jump back and forth a little bit. So.
Yeah, that's why like my son, he was always Xbox as well, but I bought that PlayStation from you because there were 2 games that were PlayStation specific that he wanted. I don't even remember what they are. I don't even remember. I think it might have been like Dark Souls and something else. I might have that wrong. Yeah. But I know he's all into like that kind of like RPG, Dark Souls, that kind of stuff. I tried those. Like I tried to get into that. Difficult.
The only RPG games I really play and I'll enjoy are like the ones you can do like sandbox mode stuff, like Grand Theft Auto, like things like that. Like, excuse me, you can technically consider that a role playing game. I feel like because you get you have missions and there's a story behind it. But it's also like it's kind of a lot of things rolled into one. That's about the gist I get into. I'm not into like what was that one game, Elder Scrolls, that a lot of people were really into. I never got.
Well, there's
I tried
Elder
it.
Scrolls and now there's Elden Ring.
Whatever.
Well, it's different. Sure. Elden Ring is like Dark Souls apparently. Like that's the game I tried, by the way, Elden Ring, and it's really cool. Like it's immersive. It's crazy. The world goes on forever.
It's just a lot.
It's just it's too much. Like that's a game you have to you would have to commit like an hour or 2 a day, And I know a lot of people
Yeah.
play a lot more than that. But and I don't like.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it for that. I just stick with Call of Duty.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite games is the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's probably one of my favorite games. I don't remember when I originally beat it, probably when it was fairly new, but when Braylon was born, and we had those nights where, new parent, you're up, and we were taking shifts, and when I had her and she fell asleep, I remember laying back on the couch, I'd put her right here, and I'd put the controller here, and the vibrations would like put her to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'd play that, man. I would stay up for hours playing that thing, and I was replaying it. That's how much I liked it. So, but yeah, and that's probably one of my favorite games.
Yeah, that was a good
of all time,
series.
but-
I didn't play that one specifically, but I've played a lot of the other ones in the series. It's good. Yeah, I agree.
They're not all great. I mean, they're all great in their own way, but you have to. It's really, I don't know what it was about Odyssey. I don't know. I like stuff like that, like Greek mythology, like stories like that, and like the gods and stuff like that. I think that's cool. But there were some that I did try, and I couldn't get into. I just couldn't get into the story. It was just
that's okay. I mean, Call of Duty's like that. I mean, they come out with a Call of Duty every year.
Oh yeah.
And there's been some years that it's been a complete bust. I don't know, 8-9 years ago, they came out with ones where you had like jetpacks and wall walking.
Yeah, yep, I remember that.
Awful.
I remember
Like
that.
that's crazy. Like you got somebody,
and
you got
could-
somebody dead in your line of sight, dead in your scope. You got them, but you know what? Sorry, they got away from you because they walked on a wall and came up behind you and killed you. That's ridiculous. Stop it.
Yes, agreed. All right, well, we can sit here all day and talk about everything, video games, summer stuff, but let's wrap this episode up. We're getting close to an hour when we originally said, let's not have this run too long.
Let's wrap it.
But let's wrap it.
Yeah.
All right, so score stands at 7-4 for game time. We are on TikTok. You can find us, Dads Offsides. We just started a new thing there, actually, posting some dad jokes pretty daily, pretty regularly. So if you want to check out some dad jokes, do you want to tell them the dad joke that you put up today? Do you remember it?
Do I remember it? I wrote it.
You did not write that. No. I looked up a bunch of dad jokes and I found that one. I almost did that one actually when it was my turn. But go for it.
The dad joke of the day is, I went to a silent auction and actually won a dog whistle and 2 mimes. And I don't know how you win mimes. I don't know how you win people, but I did. So
you can check them out on TikTok. Go search Dads Offsides. If you're putting in the actual user, it's DOS03075 or something like that. But just search Dads Offsides, will pop up.
That, dude.
Yeah, you never know. You never might be those technical people out there. But we're pretty active over on TikTok. You can check us out on YouTube as well. Dads Offsides too there, and we'll post our episodes up. And make sure you like, you follow, you subscribe, whatever the words are.
All those.
Just support. Support covers everything, right? Yeah. All right. We'll be back for episode 8. And it's Dads Offsides.
See ya.